Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are making this delicious Kontomire stew. We had it with some rice and it was delicious. If you are new here, you are welcome to the channel. Feel free to subscribe and click the like button already. Let's get into it. So to my pan, I'm adding some sunflower oil under medium heat and I'm going to heat it up nicely and fry my mackerel fish until it's nice and brown to my desire. I just soaked this mackerel fish in a little bit of salt water and that's all I needed because I'm going to add it to the stew anyway. So once it's nice and golden brown, I would set it aside in a paper towel to drain the excess oil whilst we continue with the rest of the recipe. I'm going to add palm oil to my pan and set it under medium heat until it heats up nicely. Then I'll add enough onions and begin to fry. But as I add the onions, I'll also be adding some ginger and garlic paste along the line. I'm going to stir fry this until the onions are almost browning. Usually when you use palm oil, you can't really tell how your onions are faring. And so what I usually use as a sign is when I see that the onions are beginning to shrink. That's when I know it's time to move to the next step. So I forgot to mention that you can use any protein of your choice, okay? I'm also going in with fresh tomatoes. You can omit this if you do not want, okay? I'm going to fry this until it begins to shrink. That should take about 3 to 5 minutes. So once that is done, I'll also go in with some tomato paste as well. You know, tomato paste has this tanginess to it, so you want to fry the tomato paste very well. You can just let it be under medium-low heat for about 15 minutes and that should do it, okay? So once that is done, I'm going to go ahead and then add some habanero pepper and some onions, some water as well, just to loosen the whole mixture up and to make all the flavors come together. So if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, my darling, please subscribe to the channel and encourage me on this content space, okay? I really appreciate you for doing that. Thank you so much. So once that is done, I'm going to add some stock cube just to season the stew before I proceed to the next step. So after adding the stock cube, I'll just give it a good stir and then let it sit for like a minute or two, just so that everything comes together nicely, and then we proceed. So if you've not liked the video up to this point, this is your time to like the video and then also meet me in the comment section. So I have 5 room temperature eggs which I have cracked. It's now time to add in the eggs one by one, creating space for them in the stew. So you wouldn't want to do this on a high heat or else the stew will burn. So what you would do is to reduce the heat to low heat and cover it and then let it do the cooking, okay? Let the steam do the cooking. You can check on it from time to time, just like I am doing right now. I just checked on it and then just turned it over to the other side so that the other side can also cook beautifully. So once that was done, I covered it and then let it continue cooking, okay? So what I did was, when I covered it, I increased the heat a little so that it can cook, and I opened it up again after a minute and then I stirred it and covered it. Do you get what I'm saying? Just do it how best you feel it will work, okay? So I was back to check on it for the final time and then the eggs were nice and well cooked, which is an indication that we can proceed to the next step. I'm also going to add the fish that I fried earlier. I deboned some of the fish because they were opening up, but the ones that were wholesome, I didn't debone them. You can debone all your fish or leave the bone in. That's totally your preference, okay? So I'm just going to let the fish sit in the stew for like a minute or two under a lower heat and then we'll proceed. I was back and then the stew was doing very well. I added some water to loosen it up a bit because I want to prepare it for the kontomire itself. Okay, so just stir it very gently so that the fish does not break apart, and then once that is done, you add your kontomire in little by little, stirring it from time to time. Okay, so know that your fish is soft, so as you're adding the kontomire, you're stirring, you shouldn't break your fish. That's why I switched from my wooden spatula to my silicone spatula at a point, because I didn't want to break my fish apart. I'm done stirring in the first batch. I'm going to add in the second batch now. Okay, so once we are done adding all our kontomire, we are just going to give this a generous stir, and then we are going to cover this under a low heat for it to cook nicely until the kontomire cooks very well. For some, they like their kontomire really soft and mushy and very cooked. For some, they like it a bit fresh, so it really depends on you. You can cook the kontomire as far as you would like it. Okay, so I was back to check on the kontomire. It was doing well. I gave it a very good stir, and then I added some chicken seasoning. You can add any seasoning of your choice. Okay, so after adding the chicken seasoning, I also went in with a little bit of salt. At this point, I was skeptical about adding salt because I wasn't sure of the salt content of the dish, so I decided to just give it a good mix after adding the seasoning and then a little salt, just to find out how it's tasting before I add more salt. And I ended up adding a little more salt at the end of the day. So after leaving the kontomire for like a minute or two, it was nice and ready. At this point, the whole atmosphere was giving kontomire. So we had this with some rice, and it was so nice. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this recipe. It was truly delicious. Let me know how you enjoy your kontomire stew, and I'll be glad to read all your nice comments. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's grow together and make memories as a community. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, God loves you and has a great plan for your life. I will see you in my next video. Bye. You are all invited.